What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Hillbilly Fab Shop. Today I am working on the CV axles on our 2011 Buick Enclave. I got to change both of them. So it's a little wet outside, weather's been crappy. I've been wanting to do this for a couple weeks now, but I'm finally getting to where I can do it. So let's get on this. Let's get all these lug nuts out of this thing. Get this tire off, and we'll jack her up. Get it jacked up over here. I don't know what's going on with all the sirens. Hopefully everybody's alright. They're coming right by my house. I promise it ain't like that all the time around here. Two more left. Those. Come up off of there now. Mess over here. Honestly, my first time doing CV axles. It looks pretty basic. Unbolt these two bolts right here. There's a bolt under here I'm gonna unbolt, and then I should be able to get it to fall forward and get these back bolts on this caliper to move it over out of my way. So let's get some footage of this and get her done. Hope y'all can see this okay. Ain't the best film guy in the world, but I'm gonna stay out the way here. Take off the top bolt. Hit the second bolt down here, you probably can't see on camera. Okay, we got both of those off. Now I'm gonna get a mallet and I'm gonna beat these out. And then there's a bolt right here on this control arm that we gotta get undone so I can get to the CV axle, which is behind here, right there. So, looks easy peasy, let's hope it is. Socket for this one. 3/4. Oh, too small. This is gonna be too big. Alright, I'm going to ratchet this one. You ever have a bolt giving you trouble? Take the pipe off of your jack, put it on your ratchet, and bust that sucker loose. That way you got some leverage. I can get this thing off there now. Get this sucker out. Whew. Definitely gonna need a mallet. Need to impact them out of there possible. Now gotten dark on me, so got my shop lights on in here. This thing is too fat. She too wide. Get too much booty on her to get inside my garage. So I'm out here in the driveway in front, working on it, but it works. I need to get this grease cleaned up underneath where we've been working on other stuff out here. I ain't had any litter to throw down, but anyway, I'm gonna put these two bolts back on here like this. Them thread it back on a little ways, and then I'm gonna take my mallet and see if I can't bust these things out. I'm gonna spray them a little bit with some WD. Okay, let's get this camera set up. Hopefully y'all can see. And let's just do a little adjusting. And there we go. Let's see what we can do here. Do some beating on some stuff. A little dark inside. Spray these bolts right here down a little bit when you need to take this off. Helps get these things out a little better, because you know, especially if it snows a lot where you live, you got a lot of rust and stuff in here, because it makes them a pain in the ass to get out. All right, now I gotta see if I can set this thing so it don't just fall. What's up, everybody? This is a Hillbilly Fab Shop. I'm gonna show y'all a video on how to change your CV axles on a 2011 Buick Enclave. Right now, working in my driveway because this thing wouldn't fit all the way in my shop. So we're out here in the wind and cold at the moment, working on her. But I'll have the video out soon, so please like and subscribe and check my channel out. Again, it's Hillbilly Fab Shop. Check us out. Try to show a lot of cool clips of me working on things and doing custom stuff. Motorcycles, cars, trucks, Jeeps, heavy equipment, a little bit of everything. So check my channel out if you like that kind of shit. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to work. We'll see you. Back out here working on this Buick. On your rotor, just take this little nut out that's right here, so you can take that rotor off. Make sure you don't strip that little bolt. I used a T130 on mine, and I had to kind of hammer it in a little bit to get it to fit in there. But a T27 or a T30 will fit. I recommend a T30 for the tightest fit. But now I'm gonna pull this thing off of here. Once you got the rotor off and out of the way, back behind here there's a little speed sensor for your wheel. Undo this bolt and pull that right out of there. You might need to use some PB Blaster or WD-40 or something to help get it out of there. But I'll start loosening this up and show you how it's done. This takes a 10mm. It's loose now, so now I'm gonna sorry. And then should slide right on out like so. Set it back out of the way. That way you're not tearing it up. And then take the screw and twist it back down in the hole until you put that thing back in there, so you don't lose it. So that thing's rusted pretty good into my hub right here, so I've been trying to beat it out for a while now and ain't had any luck. I even tried to stick one of my screwdrivers down in there to see if I could beat it out of there enough to where I could pull it out, but it shattered that one, so no luck yet. But guess I'm gonna keep on hammering away and trying to get this thing to pry loose out of there. It's rusted in there pretty good. So I gave her 2 final whacks just to see if maybe it'd give me some luck, and finally I got her to come up out of there. So now I just need to pull this down out of the way and pull this back up out of there. So I'm gonna see if I can get a stand to set y'all on so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Alright, so now that I finally got this thing beat out of there, now I just gotta get it pulled out of this. There it is. This thing's pretty rusty. I'll show you close up with some light. See, she's corroded pretty good. The inside there looks all right. Here's the new one. This one actually comes with a new nut as well. New axle nut, which surprised me. Didn't expect that. A heck of a mess out here, but we're getting it. It's coming along. I'm gonna get me a bucket under here because it's gonna pour transmission fluid out. So I need to get a bucket under it. Changing CV axles on our Buick Enclave. If you like shit like this, visit our YouTube channel, Hillbilly Fab Shop on YouTube, and check it out. Also check us out here on TikTok. Give us a follow and check out the shit we do. Yeah, we do motorcycles and everything. These are also Duralast Gold that I'm putting on. I don't really think it matters, honestly. I mean, but this is what I got. It's the cheapest they had. Or at least that's what they told me. So, this is what I'm putting on here. We're doing both sides. Right now, that's the passenger side axle. So, I had to run pick up my boy. So, Dad went ahead and popped this one in here and popped the other one out. And you pop them out, usually transmission fluid will leak out and pour down. This one didn't. It probably will on my driver's side when I do it. But this is the new CV axle. It's in there. I'm gonna take a rubber mallet and bat this in so it slides the axle out all the way. It's fully on there, and get everything bolted back up on this side. Then we're gonna get a fresh start video on the other side, and so I can completely show y'all what I'm doing. One thing I forgot to tell my pops, these newer CV axles, this little ring thing right here, you gotta make sure you put that on there when you put the new one on. So I gotta take this off the old one to put it on my new one. I'll do that in the morning. But we're moving along. This is the first time I've ever done a CV axle change. My dad's done them before, so he come over to give me a hand on finishing that one up so I can do my other one tomorrow, and I'll have a full clip start to finish on the other side. This is my first time, so it's kind of a cluster, kind of a, you know, winging it, I guess. So anyway, let's get on to the next one after I get this other one bolted back together. Been busy with work. I swear this thing should have been finished so I can be working on my Ranger again. I gotta get plugs in that Ranger. And I think I'm gonna put a fuel pump in it. I think that's its main problem. I think it's a little clogged up, and that's why it's stuttering and stuff. But so the Ranger will be back on here again. But right now, let's get back to this Buick. So it's all on there, but I do need to put this pin back on the new drive shaft that's on the old drive shaft. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, so this is the ring. I'm going to slide off the old one and put on the new one because I don't have one.
always kind of PB blaster or even some brake cleaner, clean up some of these rusty bolts, and greased my my CV axle before I put it in there too. So a few little things like that maybe help with wear and tear and rust especially. So I'm working on getting this pinned up there so I can beat that on there and start putting this one back together, and then we'll get over to the driver's side and get on that one. So when you're torquing your axle bolt,
and I'll do 118.
Yeah. When you're torquing the axle nut, you got to do 111 and then back off 45 degrees.
I did. I just backed off. 45.
I'm on video, Dad. I'm trying to explain it to them.
Oh.
Anyway, when you're doing your axle nut, you're supposed to go 111, back off 45 degrees, and then go 118, so you tighten it correctly and it ain't coming loose on you and you got a wheel flying off or something going down the highway. But that's how you got to torque them axle nuts back. Make sure it's the right spec. And just Google it and it'll pop up. Right. Starting on the driver's side. Got the breaker bar. Loosening up the lug nuts. Wheels off. Always stay safe and buy your ass some jack stands. You never know if those jacks give way. You got a 34 millimeter for your axle nut on these things.
Dwayne got my charger and all that shit?
I don't know.
You sent them with him.
There we go. I had to do it last time, just keep climbing. And there's another bolt below that one. So you got two bolts on the brake caliper to take out. You got the caliper off. Zip tie that thing up here to your spring. You gotta keep it out of the way. Get these bolts out of 2 bolts there. You also have one little star bit that holds on your rotor, and that'll just slide off of that. You just ain't took it off yet. But, you beat both of those out, and that'll just lower down and make it. Leave your nut on there to tap that axle back with a small sledgehammer to help pop it out. Some of them are in there good. You might have to give them a few hard whacks. This one's sliding out a lot easier than the passenger side. Watch. So you have a few good taps. Get it up against there. Take that nut back off, and it should just pop right out now. You gonna hit it another time? We decided to just leave the rotor on this side because I didn't even really need to take it off on the other side. And you also don't need to take off your tie rods neither. You can do all this without taking the tie rods off. Well, I guess you still are fighting it.
Give me a... Got any punches?
Set it right here.
Oh, crowbar.
Crowbar or whatever. I gotta find my slim ones. I don't know where all my flat bars went. You gotta get a pry bar, crowbar, whatever you got back in there to help loosen when you're pulling these out. There it is. Oh, there it goes. And they slide on out. Oh, fuck. Leaking. We're leaking. And you gotta watch out for that transmission fluid.
I can stop that.
Setting the other one. They just slide right in. But just make sure you get them adjusted and slid in there right.
This one ain't wanting to go in.
He's gonna try and give it a little tap to see if it'll slide in the transmission. Right now, he's using the old nut too, so he don't mess our new one up. But this is the old one. These clips, make sure you slide these off because they don't come on the new ones. And I think they just kind of help as a spacer and holder when you get the new one on and set it back through the hub. There's that. And they just slide it down on there this way. That needs to be against it. They just sit down on there. Is it in there?
Yes, Nathan. All right, I got a break.
Oh, take that freezer.
All right.
Using the nut to drive the CV axle into
All right, now turn it.
the rotor and stuff the right way. Use your little jack for your rotor,
Keep going.
especially when you're trying to get these back to your spring. You can adjust it and not have to hold that rotor and jack it as you need it and get the bolts back in. And you got to beat these back in there because they have this little locking in. So they're splines. So you really got to beat them some bitches back in there.
All right, take that down.
It's all in there now. He's just gonna torque it. Remember to torque these things, you go 111, then you gotta come back 45, and then you go 118 to get the axle nut right. As many of you know watching this channel, you should know anyway, always opposite diagonal your lugs when you're putting your wheel back on. Put one here, one down here, one over here,
When you're tight.
one over there when you're tightening them up.
Crisscross.
Crisscross them. Watch how he does it so you can see. So it goes on right and it ain't all wobbly and messing up. Like that. Never start in a circle or anything. Always
Make an X.
make an X with it.
And then go around.
Taking the air box out so I can get transmission fluid in it. Also, there's a random ass fluid intake of some sort down there that I think another mechanic actually accidentally left in there from another car or something. This thing out of the way. Okay. I'll take half this shit out of the way. I don't even know, like, what in the hell is that? This box right here. or don't go to nothing, but it's in my damn motor bay. We've had this car for, I think, a year and a half now. This whole ass thing was sitting down in my motor bay, and it goes to absolutely not a damn thing. It's in my way though. Now I can get transmission fluid. You ever wonder where to put transmission fluid on a 2011 Buick Enclave? Maybe a few other years too. This cap right here, you just unscrew it and you put it down in there. That's your transmission fluid for these cars. You just got to take your air box out of the way. It's on the driver's side underneath the air box. Look straight down and you'll see it. This thing has a dipstick and everything when you pop it out. Make sure the arrow is pointing towards the driver's seat and just pop that thing out and then turn it to lock it back when you put it in there. And you get you a funnel and then pour the fluid in there. I gotta go pick some up and I'll tell you what kind you need. So after you take your breather box out and stuff, you'll see an arrow on the cap. Make sure the arrow is pointing towards the driver's seat and just pull it out to pop out. And you have to check it while it's running hot to check it correctly.
No, I don't say what it is, 'cause it's wild.
And it's got a dipstick and everything for you. So I'm gonna get some fluid.
A lot of them you have to idle, some you have to put this, and you don't.
That's transmission fluid you need. She's all fixed now. Appreciate y'all for watching. I hope y'all learned something on this damn video. As I did. First time I've ever changed CV axles. I work on about anything, everything. I just hadn't done those yet. And they're pretty damn easy, so don't let them stress you out. If you need to change CV axles on a 2011 Buick Enclave, these also fit same year Subarus and Chevy pickup trucks as well. So don't let it stress you out too much. They're pretty easy. Just takes more time taking every damn thing apart and knocking shit loose that's been rusty and stuff. But overall, very easy job. Very easy to access the transmission, change the fluid, put new fluid in, all that kind of stuff. So best of luck. I hope this helps people that need to do this. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments and I'll answer what I can. And like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.